so that when you look these things up, many years from now, you can always look at that case and refer to that action, that policy of government that was tagged anti-people and that Serap spoke. So it is for reference. Buhari was sued left, right, and center by Serap. Chaos and disrupt government activities, naturally, will have something, because that means I can just stand up and go and sue governor. Leaders can take bold decisions without the fear of immediate personal legal consequences. And of course, it ensures that the executive arm remains independent without interference from the judiciary. This is why an immunity is important, for the purpose of focus. But the disadvantages, which is why the House of Rep members apparently have proposed this, even though they cannot be prosecuted immediately. Oh, prosecution is after my tenure. And we've seen a lot of governors in this country literally escape. They have corrections hanging over their neck, but at the time they were immune, and before you know, it just seemed like EFCC forgot. Somehow we just didn't remember that the person was accused of something. Criminal cases against sitting leaders are postponed, sometimes for years, making justice difficult. Let's say a governor gets into office, his first term, he's accused of something. Okay, we have to wait for the end of the 4 years. And, well, by the Nigerian way of doing things, he wins for a second term. That means you have to wait to the end of 8 years. And at that time, we wouldn't even remember that 8 years ago, he was even accused of one thing. A lot of projects and policies would have made us forget. He seems to have 1 million petitions on their desk. It just would slide. Immunity makes some leaders feel untouchable, leading to impunity. Leaders have a God complex. I can do anyhow, and nothing will happen. And sometimes they even say it. I will do this and nothing will happen. Even police officers use that line. Imagine governors, deputy governors, vice presidents, presidents. Leaders fight to remain in power to avoid prosecution, and it creates a class of untouchables. These are the disadvantages of an immunity. So now that you know the pros and cons, now that you know the definition, now you understand how it works. What say you? Nigeria's immunity laws be removed or adjusted? Would you support a system where sitting presidents? Do you think removing immunity will improve governance in Nigeria? Twitter and YouTube at Nigeria InfoPH. You can watch, listen, and engage. Are you in support of the removal of immunity? Do you think it will make for a better working system? Call me and tell me. Good evening, Mr. Sam. A bill to remove immunity, vice president, governors, and deputy governors is in second reading. This is laughable and unacceptable. First and foremost, National Assembly should have included the president. This bill is politically motivated and it will not stand. Wanete Clinton West says. Divine calls from Woji. Good evening, Divine.
Yeah, good evening, Sam.
Good evening.
I have a big challenge here. This bill should not even survive arrival.
Why?
Because one, yes, my reasons are one. We are all shouting, we cry, we complain that government don't feel the dignity of democracy because we are not feeling it. And then suddenly, you want the man to be going to court and then get distracted and not focus on the reason why he was elected. And then he will give you 1 million reasons why he cannot even construct a 2-kilometer road for his 4 years, if he stay for 4 years. So please, I think it should just this aside, allow the person to finish his work. If after his tenure for 4 years, we are not comfortable with him, let him go to court. Let him lose the election and go to court. For that. But for now, while he's on the seat working, please no distraction. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Divine. I have a break coming up, so I can't take calls, but I can take a few messages. Okay, reps made that bill has been withdrawn. Accountability and transparency in governance, but not comfortable with that of the president in their entire court. That would be your case has been adjourned, and then the president already has a case that was adjourned from last 2 months. Oh my goodness! Okay. After the break, we talk. Stay with me. or the withdrawal of. I'm asking a question: should Nigeria's immunity laws be removed or adjusted? Would you support a system where your executive officials, presidents, and governors can be prosecuted while in office? He is accused to have stolen 25 billion. I don't know any modern day Nigerian politician that steals in millions. That's so old school. So it's billions now. And while he is still serving, he makes his way to court. He has his day. And there is judgment. And there is a verdict. Guilty or innocent. It's usually not guilty, but intent is the opposite of that. Call me and tell me, do you see that? Where do you think you're going to treat 03? Is the law is in Nigeria? There will be and reduce number of police followers. Is kidding? Some people practice how there's an emergency and people are calls. Just see if it works. Let me see what I doing here. It's it. Like the will abuse. I'm certain. The president is now a god, and they want to make him okay. The president is SF smart. I'm sure I'm not reading this right, or you didn't type it right. Yes, goddesses are more wicked than aggressive. Oh, they want to make him a goddess. Okay. Only the president is immune. We can only imagine what will happen. State of emergency everywhere. SF Smart from Agri Road says, okay. Braid calls from Transamadi. Good evening, Braid.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Yes, the way I look at it is that you're removing the humility from vice president to governors and deputy governors. What happens to the president? The president should be untouchable. I think the humility should be removed from everybody. And they should give autonomy to the judiciary. And appointment of CJN should also be should be left with the judges to appoint. And the funding of the judiciary should also left with the head of finance. So if they remove all of them, I think we can go forward. The judiciary should stand on their own. Also, the military should stand on their own. If the president will not influence all this arms, and if there is any issues, they can put it in the Western world. No matter how highly placed you are, a little child can sue you, and they will look at their matter and quickly do justice to it. And they should also give timeline to our judiciary. Our case should not go beyond 6 months. If any high-profile person, both the president, governor, deputy governor, have any issue, within a space of 6 months, they should discuss that case. It's not when there is a matter. The litigation will last up to 8 years, 12 years. One matter, the person has even left office, the case is still on. At the end of the day, one year that they will matter. So they are neither here or there. If the president's phone is not removed, I don't think all they do is just to shunt the deputy vice president and deputy governors and governors. That is a shunt. It's not holistic. Thank you and God bless you. I remain Chief Comrade. I am Braid.
All right, Chief Braid. And responding to what you said, in other parts of the world, their leaders have immunity as well. The U.S., which people like to cite as an example, they don't have absolute immunity, but they do have immunity. Immunity from civil lawsuits for official acts, but immunity for personal or unofficial acts they do not have. And the example given was that the Supreme Court ruled that a sitting president can be sued for personal actions that occurred before or outside their presidency. The biggest example was Bill Clinton, sued for alleged misconduct. Yes, indeed. Joseph calls from Eleme. Hello, Joseph.
Yes, Mr. Oracle. Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Yes. I don't know how South Africa laws are, but I know that a particular president who was jailed, despite that he was a sitting president. Coming down to Nigeria, our setting, I want to look at it this way. If they want to remove immunity, they should also remove immunity from the president. Because I think the president will take advantage of the immunity to witch hunt, undo, and do whatever it is in his interest, so long you are not in tune with him or with the reality. So I think the president should not be elected or exonerated of this. He should be part of it. Then looking at it, if Nigeria will get it right, let institutions such as the judiciary and the Nigerian police.
Hello?
The law should also spell it out that any erring officer that seems to take side should also be jailed.
Okay.
I think that will go a long way.
All right. Thank you very much. Akanto calls from Bori. Hello, Akanto.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Yes, my own opinion, I like to prevail no further from the governor to the president as it was stated or it is in 1999 Constitution as amended. Any partial amendment to me is not acceptable. And it's that they are targeting a set of people. You know, this democracy under the present administration is something else. I don't know the kind of democracy, or we can call it quasi-democracy that we're practicing under the administration, where there is segregation of law, where to amend the one and leave the one, and target the one and keep silent. The conspiracy theory and silence theory they are using up to target their opponent. Maybe in their own belief, because they may pass it now. But we have a National Assembly where there are two under the president. If we are this kind of National Assembly we had during the time of Obasanjo come for the top 10, and we are still watching if that will get through this needle for second 10. And to victimize others, it's unacceptable. It should be equal to all. If you want to pass it, if you want to lobby or executive deed to a person, let the person be included. It is not that you are sitting with that forever. It's not a family seat. Even though Mugabe was there and he left, he cannot sit that city forever. If you want to do a affair, let him do work to be all right. So that we
Okay.
to take the case of certain governors. It's what the case that you have in River State today.
All right.
Where they are agree with you now. They are excited on those states.
I have to move on, Akanto. Thank you very much. I'll take Lugaman's call and then pay attention to messages. Good evening, Lugard.
Yeah, Samuel.
Good evening.
Yes, I want to first of all say that our federal lawmakers should think of a better law to make for Nigeria. Are you telling me that some governors who rule their state for 8 good years that does not have immunity, that looted their state, what are they doing about them? Even the matter they have in court, they keep on adjoining. Now you are talking about immunity or no immunity. What of the ones that immunity does not even cover? What are you doing with them? Please, I want to say that they should look for a better law to make for Nigeria, not to save them of immunity. The one that does not have immunity, what are you doing? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Do I have comments on WhatsApp? Okay. Gambo Usman says, great thought. Karidi John, remove from everyone, make we rest. We are all Nigerian. And Barida Jonas, okay, says the bill has been withdrawn. Those are 2 people now who have said this, so it might be confirmed. But again, we'll look it up. Weslina West, that's quite the name, Weslina West. Now, President Ombi, the main thing. Prince Abolomene says, welcome development. And Good Luck says the bill, according to breaking news coming in from National Assembly, we're hearing the bill has been descended. Okay, that's amazing. Clef Austin on WhatsApp says, Political immunity has covered so many Nigerian politicians. Why excluding the president? For me, they are playing a prank. It will not stand. And the next one reads, good evening, Sam. Why should the bill exclude the president? Is this another way to make him a god over the constitution? Anyways, I don't think the bill should survive one more sitting. It seems that's the case. According to multiple people, immunity is important if we must keep our government focused. Hector, I can only support it if the immunity can also be removed from the sitting president. Sam, how many former governors that lost immunity have they been able to arrest and prosecute? Don't we think it will make the president to victimize the vice and governors and make the president automatically be too powerful? Oh, yeah. Over the vice and governors, especially in situations where governors refuse to dance to the tune of the president in the country. This is a country where once you are in a good book of the ruling government at the center, immunity covers you. Nigeria is full of hypocrisy. What about a state policing that has been overflogged? Why all this now? They still haven't given it consideration. And the immunity begins from vice president. The president needs his vice. So used. That's interesting. I'll take design 3002. And the problem is that we Nigerians have the tendency and attitude of abusing everything. People will even sue governors to court for laughing with their wives if the bills are allowed to sail through. Henry from Owerri. I know that the court does throw away some cases. You've heard of judges saying that you're wasting the time of the court, or I can't remember what that term is. But when you take a case that they don't think is worth their time, it is dismissed almost immediately. It doesn't see the light of anything. Sam, if you observe properly, you will see that National Assembly members who are supporters of the removal of immunity clause for the governors and their deputies are former governors and those who are not hopeful of becoming governor in the nearest future. Though I support the removal of immunity clause from vice presidents, governors and the deputies, it will checkmate corruption in the country. America Monday, JP. Vice presidents in Nigeria, they are quite passive. I think except for Atiku, who was, also a force. Namadi Sambo, Shetima. What was Goodluck's vice again? Yeah, or Sambo. Oh my. Frank calls from Rumaholu. Hello, Frank?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening.
What I want to contribute is...
Can you please turn off your radio?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
What I want to contribute is... Nigeria...
Okay. Thank you, Frank. Obed from GRA. Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Sam.
Good evening.
Mr. Sam, I have been an advocate of immunity to be blotted out of our constitution before this time. You understand? I've been on that advocate because in an underdeveloped country, you don't grant immunity to leaders. Nigeria is still underdeveloped. We are not even talking about developing or developed country. We are underdeveloped. So a leader doesn't deserve immunity. And when people talk about people will be unnecessarily taking governors to court, I don't see it happening. During election time, how many times did our governor spend in court? Before the governor settles down, that should be about a year plus. So what are we talking about? So immunity clause should be brought out of our constitution. But I am perturbed that they decided to corner it, removing the president, which of course they know that if the president didn't sign, the president will refuse to sign. You understand? And all that. I know. They will know. They know. They know that the president will not sign.
Oh my goodness.
So they decided to carve him out and let him have his own immunity.
Okay.
Then vice president will be removed and all the governors. Look, Sam, I am an advocate that immunity should be blocked out completely.
Obed, let's be honest, yes. Right? Do you think that these officials can function optimally? They can govern well if there are distractions from the court? Do you think they can?
Mr. Sam, if you cast your mind back, you understand that this immunity has done us bad than good. For instance, allegedly, a former governor paid upfront of school fees for his children from his state coffers because of immunity. Are you telling me that all these people don't have knowledge of it? Then, let me bring you back to the report made by Jaffa. When a former governor was allegedly caught on the camera, $13 into his agbada, and be prosecuted.
Yeah.
Look, Sam, I tell you, it will make them to sit up.
Okay. Thank you, Obed. I agree with the Ganduje part. It was on video. We all saw it. If civil society set up, if nobody sues, I would have sued for that one. But yes, I didn't even think of that, angle. Thank you, Obed, for bringing it up. Because it has to go back to the table of the president. He has to assent to it. Imagine, sir, this bill has gone through the National Assembly, both houses. It's just for you to sign. They say, what is it? It's to remove immunity. I say, really? From who? Say, starting from you, sir. So I just signed so that you say, wait a minute. Oh my goodness. No kidding. If I were president, I would not even sign that. And I don't consider myself corrupt, but God knows there's no way my signature will go on that to remove my own immunity. Gentlemen, we must find a way. Let's talk. Frank from Rumaholu. Hello, Frank.
Yes, thank you for taking me again.
Okay, go ahead.
So what I want to contribute is that if Nigeria want to get something right, they know what to do. They should use countries as case studies, countries that are doing well, countries that have moved from where we are now to an enviable level, like China. They should go to China and borrow their law, the law they use on the elected officials, or they go to Japan and bring it here and implement it, and you will see that everybody will sit up.
Frank, China is not a good example of a democracy. If you're talking about their system of government, democracy is not what comes to mind, even though they are really progressive.
Then what about the Japan?
Oh, well. Okay, well, I get the point. Let's copy from where it's working. Victor from Bonny Island.
Yeah, good evening. I'm Victor Jamaica from Bonny Island.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. From my view, I'm perceiving some political undertone in this particular situation right now. Because I can't figure out why the assembly will be talking about unity at this point in time where the nation have a lot of challenges around them. We have power supply, we have increase of fuel price, foodstuffs, and thereabouts. And what the activities talk about is immunity. Now, let me just drag ourselves back to some rumors we heard about some time ago. We heard about the vice president saying out that the sitting president's son has occupied his position. Speculation. We heard about some governors putting in their hearts in the ring for River State matter in order to get things done and trying to go extra mile to do things that are right or whatsoever. And we know too well from the beginning of politics that when you fight with the power that abuse, they try to shake the table so that you feel uncomfortable. I'm just looking like a small politician going it. See it as a fight, as an undertone, to witch hunt those persons that might want to stay on the other side to fight or to speak against the presidency. Why is the president not involved? If it's a genuine stuff, why is the president not involved? It's high time Nigeria wakes up and understands this is a fight for 2027. Let's get it clear. There is no beating around the bush. It's a fight for 2027. Put the governors on the third corner so that they cannot defect to a party that can stand them a better ground to fight against the sitting governor.
Okay. Well, thank you, Victor. I must move on now. That was my final call. Let's see. What justice can I do to the messages? Is there any immunity on this end? Sam, if you observe properly, you will see that National Assembly members who are supporters of the... Okay, I've taken this. Good evening, Sam. I'm in support of the removal of immunity clause by the Senate from governors and their deputies. In my opinion, the president should be included. But the bill is already dead because it's been rejected by the same Senate, because I know the majority of Senate members are prospective governors, deputies, and even presidents. They would want to enjoy it when they eventually occupy those positions in the future. Clinton, Mr. Fresh, says, Sam, I'm in support of removing immunity for serving leaders to be held accountable. After all, that's the reason why they have deputies to serve in their stead while they face their charges. Well, they're stripping the deputy of immunity too. Wouldn't it be nice that the governor is in one high court and his deputy is in... My goodness. But Nakawike says they should include president if they are serious about the removal. And Okechukwu Michael, I support the bill, so those politicians would not spend those monies. Once you steal, we go after you, so you won't spend it and go scot-free. But the president should be among, because they are all birds of a feather. Well, thank you very much. This is as far as we can go for this conversation and for conversation on Hard Facts for today. A break comes up. After that, the major news happens at 6, and then it's open season. Stay with us.
Nigeria Info. Right back after this.
To the man hustling every day,